Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here today. We wanted to make sure we were giving an update to the citizens after we've got slowly into winter this year, but after the events of just this week, it reminds us how much work has been done and the great work of the city team and using technology in new and effective ways to deliver high-quality services to the people of Columbus. So I'm excited to be here. Our snow removal plan is vital to the success of our city. And one of my jobs as mayor of Columbus is to ensure the safety of our roads for our residents, those who work in Columbus, our police and fire divisions, and especially our school bus drivers. It's a big job. The Columbus Snow Warriors are responsible for over 6,000 lane miles of roadway, more than Cleveland and Cincinnati combined. I've always thought that Columbus did a good job clearing ice and snow from our streets, but we can always do better. In the last couple of years, we have. Since 2014, we've added 30 more snow plows to our fleet. We've trained our refuse drivers to plow snow so they can help us out when we have big snow events. We created Warrior Watch, which has become a nationally recognized app that, from my understanding, the city of Rochester has just completely adopted and renaming it for the great city of Rochester, but it's been so effective for the people of Columbus. They bought it part and parcel and are using it there. And as you can imagine, the city of Rochester has a couple more snow events in a given year than the city of Columbus. It's a website where you can check which streets have been treated and where your street is on the list of priorities. And since we're always looking for ways to improve service, we've even made upgrades in the last year. We purchased street routing optimization software and routing GPS devices, which will allow the snow warriors to transition from paper snow maps and get through their routes more efficiently. All of the routes have now been assigned turn-by-turn directions to minimize lost time driving to and from route and to outpost. This should save anywhere from 10 to 15% of the time spent not treating roadways. Staff from the Department of Public Service personally reviewed all routes, priorities, citywide. And my understanding is there was nobody currently working for the city that could remember the last time that was done. It was a huge undertaking, and I'm very, very proud of the great work of our Department of Public Service on that. As a group, they organized the roadways back into practical route circuits that should allow all major roadways to be treated much faster. The snow plan was modified to change the practice of treating priority 3, or residential roadways, only when 4 inches or more is predicted in a forecast. The city now looks at each snow event on a case-by-case basis to determine if residentials should be treated. We have active agreements with surrounding municipalities to share in the responsibility of treating roadways, because we've all heard those stories about plows going down the road in between the city of Columbus and our suburban neighbors, and folks lifting plows and driving residents crazy because of all the close proximity of the city of Columbus and our suburban partners. So we've been redoubling our efforts, and we've got new agreements with Grandview and Franklin County and other municipalities. In fact, now 13 suburban partners work with us in snow removal and treatment of our roadways in major snow events, and the State Department of Transportation as well. This allows us to allow our snow warriors to clear the roads efficiently without creating those gaps in the road that haven't been treated because they don't fall under our jurisdiction. But Columbus residents and workers and visitors are certainly traveling on those roadways, even though they might not be Columbus roads. Our street maintenance operations section has established a non-formal snow committee to annually review and revise operational requirements or changes within the snow and ice control program. And as you can see, we are constantly trying to improve our response time and effectiveness in serving the citizens and businesses of Columbus. Now I would like to introduce a great partner in these reforms and our work that we're doing to innovate and always remain focused on delivering high-quality services to the people of Columbus. The Chairman of the Public Service and Transportation Committee, Councilmember Shannon Hardin.
Thank you, Mayor Ginther. It is good to be here this afternoon. On behalf of my colleagues on City Council, on behalf of our Council President, Zach Klein, and as Chairman of the Public Service and Transportation Committee, I can tell you that Council stands behind the men and women of our Public Service Department who work extremely hard to make sure our roadways are cleared in the event of heavy snowfall to keep us all safe. Our snow warriors do a great job of keeping our city on track so that the business of the work of Columbus continues on every day. The recent changes to our snow plans will only strengthen that, and I would like to thank Mayor Ginther and his team for the hard work that they've put in to our reoptimized plan. I'd also like to acknowledge Director Jennifer Gallagher and the members of her team who are also here and doing great work. One of the things that I personally like about the changes to the snow plan is the emphasis on getting more city personnel involved in snow removal efforts. In addition to our current personnel, some 200+ city refuse drivers have taken both classroom and in-the-cab training for snow and ice control. Many refuse drivers, in fact, entreated our roads last year. This ability to get additional personnel to help clear the roads fast is crucial. Another change that I like is the review of all route priorities across the city to direct attention first to roads that have a lot of traffic volume that serve critical needs. Last year when I became chair of the Public Service Committee, I went out on a ride-along and I was really excited. This is one of our first big snowstorms. And so we headed out and for 4 hours we plowed Scarborough Road. Now Scarborough Road used to be a heavy job center with lots of folks. But that showed the need for us to look over our priority 1s, 2s, and 3s and reprioritize. And we have done that. And so I think that was just a great example of how we can look over that plan that Mayor Ginther talked about and see where we should be putting our time in heavy snowstorms. So we train more drivers to make sure we have enough manned plows to tackle heavy snow. And we looked at population and job centers to make sure that right roads are top priorities. And we've done things such as reaching agreements with neighboring cities and jurisdictions to provide assistance. I'm very encouraged that these recent changes made by the city will serve our residents and the taxpayers and businesses well to keep our streets cleared and our communities safe. I and my colleagues on council look forward to working with Mayor Ginther, his team, and Public Service Department to continue to enhance these efforts. Thank you so much, Mayor Ginther, for your leadership. Thank you again, Public Service. We need this is a community-wide effort. When it snows, we need your help too, and being vigilant and giving our plows the space to do the work that they do to keep us all safe. So thank you so much for having us out. Thank you, Mayor Ginther.
How many folks did we have as part of our team back in 2014? And Chairman Hardin mentioned how many we have now.
You mean available to drive? We had at that point now around 165 available drivers. So now we're well over 300. Getting close to 400.
I remember us talking about this during one of the transition meetings, and it's so significant. We've got everybody, I think we have everyone in the city now looking at major snow events as part of their responsibilities. When we have major snow events, moving forward as a city, we're going to be calling on those from utilities, recreation and parks, and our other departments to help us deal with these issues. This is not simply the responsibility of the Public Service and Transportation Department. It's the responsibility of the city. And so that is the way that we have been approaching things. We're very pleased with the progress. You know, there's a great example right here of the Warrior Watch. I know many of you have been helpful in getting that information out to residents, and we thank you for that because it's a powerful tool. Technology is only powerful if folks are comfortable with it, and it's providing reliable and accurate information that can help inform how they conduct their lives and getting to and from work and children to and from school. So we appreciate the media's work in helping to make sure this information gets out to the people of Columbus, and we're excited. You know, the city of Columbus has changed a lot over the last 20 years, and it's going to change even more over the next 20 years. And we've got to make sure that we as a city are able to provide high-quality services to the people of Columbus by using technology and staying on the cutting edge. And the reforms, the innovations, the changes that have been made under the leadership of former Director Davies and Acting Director Gallagher and their teams are something that we are very proud of as a city, and we want to make sure that the residents have this information and this power to make decisions about themselves and their families. So we'll break down into one-on-ones, and feel free to approach any of us for any additional questions. Thanks for being here today.